Yo, 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 yo. We live, we live, we live, we live. Everybody, welcome. Come on in. Welcome to my Detroit Hustle TV Live. Shout out to everybody checking us out on Facebook. Everybody on that mydetroithustle.com Instagram page. Everybody watching on X. And of course on YouTube at My Detroit Hustle TV. Wherever you watching, drop us a comment. Let us know where you from. And of course, share this with a friend or two. Make sure you check out the new interview we did with my man, Ayo Biggs, on My Detroit Hustle TV. Be on the lookout for the new show we putting together called The Producer's Corner. We got that coming up soon where we chop it up with some of the dopest producers on the hip-hop scene. We really got some serious heat makers lined up already, so I know this one is going to be big. And I got to tell you, make sure you subscribe to My Detroit Hustle TV at My Detroit Hustle TV 6438 on YouTube so you can stay up on the latest interviews and other content we put together. Last but not least, we got the hottest underground, independent, and unsigned hip-hop playing on My Detroit Hustle Radio. You can search for My Detroit Hustle Radio on Live 365 or go to our website, mydetroithustle.com, and hit the My Detroit Hustle Radio page to check out the hotness we got spinning. So now, for today's business, we got a friend of the platform coming back to chop it up with us for a minute. He's got a new project he want to share with us. So without further ado, let me bring in my man, Cydney Poitier, the older god. What up, what up, what up, what up?
What up, what up, what up, what up, man? It's good.
It's all good, man. What's going on with you?
Hey, man, I'm glad to be back, man. I'm actually out here in Tampa. I'm not home. I'm in Tampa, man. I took a train out here earlier today. I got some business with DJ Sandman, so I really came out here to see DJ Sandman. So he's gonna be DJing at the Hard Rock tonight. So he invited me to come over there. So I'm gonna be at the Hard Rock later on. Sometime after this interview. But right now, man, it's always glad to be back with Detroit Hustle. You know what I'm saying? So always glad to be here, bro. Glad to be back.
For sure, for sure. So let's get into this because I see you on the road taking care of business. I don't want to take all of your time today.
No doubt, no doubt. No, we
Uh,
good. We good.
I know you are an OG in the game,
hmm
but for the record, about how long would you say you've been rhyming?
Man, at least 25.
Right, at least
You know,
25.
at least.
Were you involved in any of the other elements of hip hop?
Um. Well, I mean, the fabric where I come from. I'm a b-boy first and foremost. So the culture is something that I've always been. We was break dancing. We was been around DJing and MCing definitely. So just all phases. It really is what I come from. So it's I think it's a beautiful thing. Not many come from that, you know what I'm saying? But I do come from that, and so to me, it's special, man. It really is because I've been doing this, like I've been involved in this culture and loving this culture most of my life. So
Right. That's what's so dope about what's going on today with this internet, man, because one of the first people that I was able to get in contact with when I started doing the show and whatnot was Chris the Glove Taylor. And
mm-hmm,
I remember as a teen
mm-hmm.
going in my backyard on a cardboard trying to break dance. So everybody else I know it might not be a big thing for them, but
Right.
I went to the movie and I saw this guy and
Mm-hmm.
remember when the gloves on the wheels of steel, he's ready. And for
Yeah.
me to be talking to him, I was like, man, I done
That's
met,
dope. Yeah.
I done met a whole lot of people, over the years, but to see
Mhm.
somebody that you was looking at when you was a kid, that's crazy.
That's what's crazy. That's how I felt. That's how I felt. There's this place in Orlando. Big shout to Benny. He's the owner of this establishment. Establishment is called Beer Commission Chamber. A lot of that's where we hold our load meetings. A lot of artists come through there. There's one particular time Crazy Legs came through there,
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and Crazy Legs is like this is the legend. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
We took some pictures and everything. We talked about the culture. We talked about breakdancing, and this was last year, and he was excited about breakdancing being in the Olympics, and because he's one of those dudes that he came from the beginning, so he was really excited about it, man, and it just goes together with everything. It's like this rap, DJ, dancing. It all goes together, and to see it all move to the forefront like that, like even breakdancing in the Olympics, is beautiful, man, because it shows that something that was started by some poor people is in every phase of in every neighborhood, in every function that you go to, and that's beautiful about it. So if anything came out of it, it look what it did. It's the most diverse thing. You got all phases of kids, all creeds and colors of kids break dancing. Rich kids, poor kids, middle class kids, whatever. But it just shows you that how far that what these poor people were doing. These people from bad neighborhoods, poor neighborhoods, that they created something that was bigger than them. Probably didn't even know that at the time. But
right,
even look how old I am, and break dancing is in the Olympics now, bro. That's hip
right,
hop, bro. It's
right,
crazy,
right.
you know.
So I know you're in Orlando now. I know you're from
Yeah,
New York. I know you're from New York. Now, what part of New York you were from again?
I'm from Detroit.
Oh, you from Detroit. Okay,
I'm from Detroit.
I hear that.
Yeah,
What part? What part of
I'm from
Detroit?
Detroit. We lived over like this is on the like Grand River.
Uh-huh.
Because my father was in the Navy, and
Okay.
so I was born in Macomb County.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you an East Sider.
yeah, for sure.
I hear you. I hear you.
And then I running with fan base and Coleon and Dr. Period, and knowing Clark Kent in the '90s. My music and it all took place in New York. So it was like we was young when I left Detroit because I'm the baby of my family. So we was young when I left Detroit. So now we in Florida, and I'm going back and forth from Florida to New York, and I'm catching trains, planes. This is back when I'm fully chasing my dream. We
Right.
ended up getting a couple of deals out of it, but it was basically born in Detroit, moved to Florida. We was traveling from Florida to New York, whether it was the La Cubana or whether it was the airlines, trains, planes, however we could get there. We was there, and we
Right.
did that for the better half of off and on 16, 18 years, getting it.
Okay. Okay.
So
Trains, planes, and automobiles.
trying to get there, man.
Right. 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 Um. Let's talk about Raisin in the Sun.
Mm, yeah,
For those of you who don't know, all of the names of your projects are names of Cydney Poitier movies. So
just some of them, right? Most
for
of
the
them, yeah, most of them.
for the young ones that don't know,
Hmm.
who is and why is he important? Now I gotta say, I know who Cydney Poitier is, but
Right,
he was a little bit ahead of my time. So
right.
I don't know the culture, how culturally he impacted stuff because it wasn't going on at my time.
Right. Well, Sidney Poitier he came in a time when, you know, black actors, black actors at that time, around Sidney Poitier's time, black actors didn't really have, it wasn't really a stand-up role for a black man. He either played like a criminal, or he played like a prisoner, or he played like somebody escaping from somewhere, whatever have you. But it wasn't like the type of role that you could really respect. A man that looked like us uh, would play, But Sidney Poitier was a dude who he did just that. He had roles. He played roles that were very respectable, man. He was a very intelligent black man, and he meant a lot. He meant a lot to black people. Surely, he was a hero in my living room growing up. His movies, my parents had him. Had all his movies growing up, and it's just he was a heavy influence in my house. But it's a positive brother. So if you're gonna use a name like this, there's responsibility behind it. You don't want to, so to speak, you don't want to tarnish the varnish because of the great things that this man has done. So that's why this hip hop and what I do is a grown man rap. We're not talking about jewelry and cars and women. We're talking about real current event things and things that are going on and making real good music. And like I said, most of the titles of my songs are Sidney Poitier movie titles. However, this particular one, A Raisin in the Sun, is not just a Sidney Poitier movie. It's actually a poem. I forget the lady who wrote the poem. I forget her name. I'll probably remember it before the show's over. But it's a poem that was written by this woman, and the poem is about the 1950s. It's about people of color settling into neighborhoods that they weren't used to. Like by 1950, there were some people of color with some money, and they started moving into nice areas, places they weren't familiar with, which is exactly my story. Because remember, I'm coming from Detroit, what I'm saying, which is basically a black city. I'm coming to Orlando, Florida, which at the time really wasn't. So, I got white friends, bro. Like I'm going to school out here. I got white friends. So A Raisin in the Sun is my story too, because my family, in most cases, in a lot of cases, when we moved to Orlando, I was probably one of maybe three black families in that neighborhood, and probably maybe three in the classroom, maybe 12 in the whole school.
Right.
So A Raisin in the Sun was my story too, my real story, because when my parents moved to Orlando, they brought property in Castleberry and in Altamont Springs. And both of those areas are kind of upscale areas. And so my whole culture changed. I went from Detroit and Black City to a predominantly white area. And that's why I named the project A Raisin in the Sun. Because it's not only does it connect with Cydney Poitier, but it tells my story. So that's why that's the name of the project.
Right. Okay. Um, you kind of answered the question already. I was about to ask. My next question was going to be how many movies does Cydney Poitier have? Because at some point it seems like you're gonna run out of titles. But you said that most of your titles are Cydney Poitier.
Yeah. All of them are not. All of them are not from him, but most of them are, but not all of them. So I mean, he's done a lot of movies. I would guess. He's done a lot of movies. I probably couldn't even guess. He's done a lot of movies, and he's been a part of a lot of movies. I mean, this guy had. I mean, look at some of his leading ladies. Some of his leading ladies was like some of the best ladies in show business, man. This guy, was incredible, man. He had good music, which is, that Diane Carroll, that goes back to the record I did with Indigo Phoenix. A dope record, super dope record. And she was like the leading lady. I'm Cydney Poitier. She was the leading lady in that role. And he's got a lot of songs. And I'm not gonna run out because I don't use them all. You know what I'm saying? Only the ones that really pertain to what's going on within the subject matter, but
Right.
or that vibes with it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I usually determine it. But yeah, I probably won't run it out because I don't just do that. I have a just like winning streak. Winning streak is on the Raisin in the Sun. That's not a Cydney Poitier title at all. It's just winning streak. It was a dope song. Uh, the Soul Lord was like, "Yo, when I got it, it was winning streak." So we just went with it because it went with the concept. It was dope. Um, sometimes it's good to just leave it the way it is if it really fits the vibe. And we don't want to take nothing away from nothing, and want to have everything with the same energy. So again, that was one of the songs that it's not a Cydney Poitier title, but it's a great and it's a dope record. So
Right.
but yeah,
Okay. I hear you refer to your process of creating music as cooking your food as opposed to making microwave music. Can
right.
you go a little bit further into that comment and into that concept and explain it to the crowd?
Okay. When I say cook the food, um, a person told me a long time ago, you know, play the singles game, make every single record like if it's the single. In order to do that, you got to really cook the food.
Right,
We
right,
can, I mean, who, um, God bless the people who drop 2 and 3 albums in a year. I'm not really concerned to try to do that. I'm really cooking the food. I play the singles game. I'll start in the beginning of the year. I'll give you a dope single, give you another one, then another one, then another one. And then we find ourselves like in like November, October, like we are now. And I'm giving you, September, and I'm giving you the project now. But we played the singles all year, and we did it back to back. And you win that way. And so we think that's just what it is, man. It's the process. We gonna give you one a year. That's how
right.
much we cook in this food. It take time when you cook in the food. Thurston Howe talk about he like my he likes my how you say it, my selection of beats, the beats that I choose for my music. But it's really a process that me and Soul Lord really, really sit down and do. And sometimes we revisit the beat sometimes, but it's really months and months and months of really cooking the food and making sure is this the track that we want? Because music sounds great today. You might not feel that way when you wake up. Your ear might be different. So we want we want to give the music the best chance to win. So we really work hard at it. So it's really a process, and it can never be microwave, and not to get the best results. To get the best results, you can never microwave it. You got to fully cook the food. So that's why we say it's cooking the food. That's what we mean.
That's what's up. Um, since we last talked, I see you really making a lot of moves with this project. So the first thing that popped in my head is have you put together some type of a team that you're working with now, or are you still pretty much moving on your own? 'Cause
Well, I mean, I got a lot of support. I'm in my probation stage at Low Life. So you know, I'm with Low Life. My brothers, they with me. A lot of support. They like what I'm doing. I'm focused, man. I'm in great company, bro. And I believe that's why my music is coming out like this, man. Remember your mom used to say, "Mind the company you keep." I
for sure.
often, I often, I often talk about. I mean, if you from Detroit, like, a lot of times in the inner city, we grow up around the wrong people. We don't know that. We don't know
Absolutely.
that in the moment, but these dudes ain't no good for us. You feel me?
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
and I can honestly say, at this moment in my life, the support system, the amount of brothers that are allowing me to stand on their shoulders and really gain some ground with these last 2 projects, and especially this one, Raisin in the Sun. I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful for everybody that's rocking with me right now, and I'm putting in the work. I'm working hard. I know you see it. You know, we definitely working, and the support team is. You know, my brothers is with me, man. You know, Dano. Big shout to Dano. You know, big shout to DJ Excess. You know, we on this. You know, one thing that was great that Thurston pointed out to me is that you know we got Low Life Miami and Low Life Orlando collabing on this thing, and we really did it in a great way, man. Really, I didn't even realize, but it's dope because DJ Excess and the Vibe Captain are Low Life Miami, and of course, you know us up here, we're Low Life Orlando. So the combination, and because Low Life Orlando and Low Life Miami is a combined family, and they come to our events, we come to theirs, we support each other wholeheartedly. So it was real good to see that I really, you know, I got a chance to meet everybody. I was in the mansion, and yeah, I met Excess, man. It's a talented dude. I did my homework. There's so many dope producers, MCs, DJs. That's Low Life. Um, I'm just in good company, bro. This music is coming out so great. I'm relaxed. I'm around no yes men, but I'm around honest people, and letting me have no slack about it, letting me know, you know, which is what you need and what you appreciate. Finally, you know, that's where we at, man. It's beautiful. So, you know,
Yeah, that's what it is. When you're out here in the real world, having the right people around you is very important, and people that
bro,
you
let me
don't
tell you
realize.
something. Yeah, that is the most bro. Okay, so I changed my name. So you know, when I signed with his squad, I was unique. You know, I'm unique. That's my name. So I changed my name, bro. I've been Cydney Poitier for 4 years. This is my fourth studio project at Cydney Poitier. Dude, if there's dudes in this underground, I
Hmm.
pay attention. I watch everything. I watch everything. I pay attention to this Instagram. I pay attention to this computer, bro. And there's dudes there's a lot of dudes that was here in the beginning. Those dudes ain't even around.
Right, right.
You don't even see dudes like, and then there's some new dudes. But I was a fan of some dudes that you don't even see no more. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right.
And you know it's crazy, man. But you know, like I said, this is my dudes have been who they are for the entire time. Me, I changed my name. I've only been who I've been. I've only been who I am for 4 years now. We believe and we think we putting in hella ground right now. It's very impactful what we've done and what we're doing. So we're gonna keep doing it, bro, and we're gonna keep cooking the food. You know,
Right, right, right. Yeah, if it's one thing that I would recommend to anybody, because I've been in the game so long and I've taken some time off and I've come back.
mhm.
You got to stay consistent and you just got to keep going, man. I mean,
You got to, bro.
I have I have stepped out, like I've been peers with people and stepped out and come back, and
Hmm.
they are at this huge level, and it's just because
Hmm.
they just kept going. There
Yeah,
there
that's it,
there
bro.
there are generations of Detroit hip hop that I've been peers with, and I've taken
Hmm.
taken time off and come back, and now they
Yeah,
they up here, and it's just
yeah.
because they just kept going. They
They
kept
kept
going.
doing it, bro. Yeah, they kept doing it, bro. You know, and to change your name
Right.
and to come back with to come back like that, bro, knowing that you got because yo, bro, I knew I had to come out here. Yeah, bro, I done sold records out here. I done been on world tours out here. But I knew I had to come. I changed my name. Okay, okay, I'm reinventing the wheel. Well, however you want to call it. Okay, so I knew I had to because me and DJ Mega kind of came in this at the same time. I knew I had to come play. I knew I had to come play. I wasn't prideful about it. I got plaques on my wall, but I wasn't prideful about it. I knew I had to come and get in this thing. I knew I had to come and get on these stations. I knew I had to come and get in, Hip Hop Gods. I had to get in Overtime Hustler magazine. I had to do what I had to do, but I ain't paid to be in none of these magazines. My work and these people called me and put me in these magazines. I've really been, it's been a crazy, the run has been crazy. This never happened to me. Even when I was with his squad in PMD, this never happened to me. I was in the airport, bro, and I'm going to Atlanta in the airport. And I'm talking to this female, and this female, she's telling me how her baby's father's a deadbeat, and she's dropping the baby off so he can be a father to his child. As she's talking to me, I'm noticing this guy, he's staring at me. This dude is just staring at me. He's staring at me to the point where the girl that was talking to me, even she noticed that this dude is staring at me. So she's still talking to me. I'm listening to her. This dude walks up to me, bro. And it freaked me out because it never happened to me. He walked up to me and he said, and it was the craziest thing because he said, "Hey, yo, you Cydney Poitier?" And me, as crazy as I am, I said, "Why?" I said, "Yo," I said, "Why?" He said, "Nah, bro, because bro, I follow you, bro. Yo, it's hard, bro. Your shit is hard. I'm loving the music. I'm loving the vibe. I'm loving the titles. How you got the movie thing going on. I'm really liking the vibe." But we was talking for a minute. It was just crazy, man. How that happened to me in the airport. That never happened to me. And just the run, like the Paris Blues remix with Thurston Howard III and the Logo Lord. How we was just able to keep a run. Because remember, I dropped Paris Blues with Shabam Sadiq last year on Uptown
Right.
Saturday Night, the motion picture soundtrack. We did the remix with Thurston Howard III and the Logo Lord. We basically, bro, it was crazy, and it caught crazy streams. It did. Both of them did really well, and we was able to live off that joint for like on a 2-year run. It was crazy because the remix came. We dropped the Paris Blues remix video in the beginning of the year. That was the first video we shot. You know what I'm saying? And that video now, the last video was just with sneakers. You know what I'm saying? We are gonna drop a video for Winning Street. You know what I'm saying? But we haven't. We're not ready to do. We'll probably maybe like in another month or so. But that's how we did it. We basically we dropped the Paris Blues remix with Thurston Out Third, and basically that record did so crazy. Yo, these dudes, Thurston Howard would be out there. These dudes was performing the record. Like I wasn't even there. I would perform the record because they was on it. They would perform the record when they was out. We was really winning on the record, man, and everybody was excited about it, man. And then the rest of the records is just great records, man. And we was able to really play the singles game, capitalize on the project, and here we are in September. And the Raisin the Sun dropped September 6th is when it dropped. And they just ran it on 91.1 FM, the longest running hip hop show in Atlanta on Georgia Tech uh, premises. Crazy. Big shout out to the DJ. She's gonna be mad at me. I can't remember my name. She killed it though. But that record, Winning Streak, has been a good record, and the project and the reviews and everything has been great, bro. And we glad the way we did it. And it's I'm not the only one that follows that. Play the singles game. Like, because Thurston follows that too. Play the singles game, bro. Give them a single and give them a video. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have visuals. 2024, 25. Play the single. You don't gotta drop an album right now. My advice would be to the younger artists: you don't gotta drop a whole album. Drop some singles. Do some visuals, and then come later and give them the project. You know?
Right. Yeah. Um, most of what you've been doing as far as your production has been Soul Lord. Is it still exclusively with Soul Lord?
Well, yeah, it's definitely with Soul Lord. It's definitely because me and Soul Lord, people ask me, let me, because I want to set this straight for the people who really don't know. Let me just say, music changed for me, like to be very soulful, to go into. I was listening to music, and I was all on boom bap, but I've been rhyming. I've been rhyming to some songs with just a rhythm and no drums, but it has nothing to do with what dudes are doing now. For me, for me, and you got to go back to really remember these people. And I don't even know if you've heard of these people, but these people changed. These people changed the way I feel about music. So, and there's moments of their sound in my music. If you go back, if you go and listen to, have you ever heard of a group called Portishead?
Uh, I believe so. It ain't it like, is it rock or something?
No, it's like it's it's it, it, it's folkish, soulful. It can be drummed out. It cannot be drummed out. It's different. When I first heard Portishead, it blew my mind. I ain't even want to rap to regular drums no more. When I heard Portishead, and
Okay.
when I met Soul Lord, it just felt like. And when I told Soul Lord about Portishead, he knew exactly who Portishead was. He said, "Yeah, though those dudes changed. Those dudes kind of changed things a bit. Yeah, those dudes was crazy. Like if you listen to some Portishead, you can hear Portishead moments in my music. You know what I'm saying? It's heavy. Those dudes had a big influence on me, man. They really did. I mean, heavy. Like that's why, that's why really that was the first time I really heard you wanted to spit off a drumless track. It had nothing to do with Griselda, nothing like that, because I was hearing Portishead before I ever heard of Griselda. Griselda wasn't around when Portishead was rocking. So for me, when I heard Portishead, it changed the way I wanted to rap, changed the way I wanted to. It just changed. The music was I just fell in love with that Portishead sound, and that's what I wanted to do. And so when I met Soul Lord, it was like boom, he's soulful like that. And there's moments of that Portishead kind of feel in there, man, and we love it, man. And the people have been responding to it. So that's basically what it is, man. It's Portishead moments in my music, man. You know what I mean? For those
Yeah.
that don't know, for those who just think like, oh, well, you just rap off of a track with no drums. But I was hearing it's more closer to the sound that I was hearing from Portishead, which made me, really gravitate to that sound. I became a huge Portishead fan. There was times that I went and did my history. They had a lot of albums, and just remarkable music. And that's what I wanted to. I love that sound. And so, of course, we're hip hop and it's soulful music, but there's Portishead moments within Cydney's music and within the structure of the music. And Solo was kind of on that without even kind of knowing he was on that.
Right.
And that's what was crazy. So, yeah, man,
And back in
it's
the day,
different.
Ghostface would grab an instrumental and just a whole song and a heartbeat with no beat,
Yeah.
no nothing.
Yeah, he was on that too. But Old Dirty was on that too. And Old Dirty, me and Old Dirty ran together. But Old Dirty was on that too. And listen, man, I came from, Jolly Stompers and Drew and Mike Nice and Ray and them digging in the crates. I remember everybody who came out that house on Marcos Wood Road was crazy. And dudes had, them dudes was, it was like some old digging in the crates crew in there. Them boys was getting it in. And that's what I come from, man. And I'm going to always kind of stick to my roots on that. It's the feel of the music from those times. It's timeless, bro. Music and never, man, I don't even really like the way music sound today, bro. To be honest, I'm not a fan of the way a lot of music sound. Now, I'm not saying I'm not a fan of a lot of new artists. I do like some new artists, but I'm not a real fan of a lot of this new music. You know what I'm saying? The music that my parents played, those records that my mother had, my God, the Evelyn Champagne Kings, the Stephanie Mills, the Brothers Johnson, the Earth, Wind, and Fire, bro. It's never happening again.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So with the Raisin in the Sun, you continuing
Mm.
on with that sound.
Absolutely. We're gonna continue on with that sound. And even if we work with somebody else,
Okay.
we're gonna have that sound. We're gonna have that sound because that's the sound that we feel we sound best on. So we're gonna try to keep the sound.
So first off, I want to say shout out to my man Soul Lord. He been sending me some heat over here at my Detroit
Definitely.
Hustle Radio. He been sending me some heat.
Big shout out to Soul Lord, man. That's my guy. You know what I mean? He's a good dude, man. He really is. That man love his wife, his babies. He's a good dude, man. He's a hardworking dude, and he's, I used to, I used to laugh. Me and Solo used to be laughing because I tell Solo all the time. I tell him, I say, Solo, what are your, how do your white friends, what do your white friends say to you, bro? He said, yeah, my white friends think. He said, my white friends think I'm different. I was like, yeah, you are different, man. You know what I'm saying? But he's a good spirited dude, and he loves good music. You know what I'm saying? And and he ain't no, he ain't no young dude. He's in his upper 40s, and he loved good music, and he grew up on, because those dudes over there, those dudes in Amsterdam and all of that, in the Netherlands, those dudes really, the stuff we grew up on, the stuff that we take for granted, those dudes, man, they really, really love our music, bro.
Right.
They
Right.
really do, probably more than we do. It's crazy. So they respect it. And I think we've lost a bit of that, you
I
know?
think I think we 100% lost a lot of that.
Yeah, man, we've lost a lot of that. Those dudes absolutely love our culture and respect it. They respect it. I think we've lost a bit of that, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm always, in good hands with Soul Lord, and he makes me, the way he loved our culture so much, it make me just love it more, bro. Because he
Right.
appreciates it. He appreciates it. And when you're around that type of appreciation, it's toxic, man. And it's a good feeling. You just want to be a part of that, man. He make me just want to love the culture even more, which is another reason why there's tremendous trust. I mean, he's across the pond. I'm in Florida, bro. It's tremendous trust. We've never had a problem. We always know how to split our money. We always know how to register our music. We know our codes. We know everything. We have tremendous trust, and we don't do anything without letting each other know.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say is the appreciation that they have rubs off on you. There was a time
Absolutely.
there was a time when I was ending my time making records, and I spent
Hmm.
at least 2-3 years just collaborating with people in Belgium, in France, in Germany,
Yeah,
in Spain,
yeah,
because
man.
they love they love the music, and they
They
stay on
love
your
it,
head
bro.
like, come
Yeah,
on, man, let me get one more verse, man. I'm like, man, I
yeah.
got but they appreciate it, man,
And
and
that's how it was. That's how Casey Jones was. But Casey's from New York. But Casey Jones was like, and see, that's the thing about producers. Producers, they pull different things out of you. It's always good to work with a few guys. You know what I'm saying? That, I mean, you get a sound from a producer, and like someone has created a sound for me, so you get a sound from one producer, but different producers bring different things out of you. There's elements that certain people can bring out of you, and can make great music. And you know, it's a few of them out there, bro. But yeah, man, we're not gonna, if whoever we work with, we're gonna work together. We have to. That's what it's all about, you know.
so on the single "Raisin in the Sun,"
Hmm.
you got Iceberg Snub on the hook.
Iceberg
Um,
Snub. He's one of the dopest. He's one of the dopest. One of the most consistent MCs in the underground right now. That's a fact.
right. Yeah,
And he's sick.
he cranks them out quite a bit of cranks out a lot of work.
I knew he was perfect for the record. I sent him the reference. I said, "Do your thing, man." He did. I said, "Bro." When we got the record back, we was like, "Whoa!" But we knew he was gonna do his thing, man. He's a dope. He's a good friend, and he was, it happened mad quick and easy, man. I think the relationship that him and Dano have, I was able to, me and Snub was able to, we was able to do some business, man, and it came out really dope. I'm proud of that record. We got that people love that record.
Right. So you got any other what other features do you have on the whole album?
Well, you got on the Paris Blues remix, you got Thurston Out the Third and the Logo Lord. Sneakers, you got Dano 7 and the Vibe Captain. And on Winning Streak, you got DJ Excess One. And that's pretty much it, man. It's got some great interludes on it. It's got some great interludes on it. And we did it how it used to be. You know how you was when you buy a project back in the day, you was excited about the interludes and the stuff in betweens.
Right. Right.
Man, we
Right.
trying
Right.
to get that back, man. We trying to do all that back. But I did that on Uptown Saturday Night. We did all that. So that's something we try to do. You know what I mean? And just try to keep it like that nostalgic, you know what I mean? Try to keep it on that a bit.
Well, let me ask you this. As
Mm-hmm.
as I've been putting together a couple verses here and there, songs or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
how do you go about how does it feel playing the singles game, and then when you put the body to work together, does it feel the same, like all of the interludes and all that kind of stuff usually came because I'm making an album, I'm in album mode, I'm in here working. How does that
Mm-hmm.
go when spreading out, like I did this song 6 weeks ago and I did this one, I dropped this one last year, and then you finally decide to put the whole thing together? does it
Mm-hmm.
does it feel does it feel the same as far as putting
No, but
interludes?
no, right. So so in the beginning you played the singles game, but
Right.
now the fans are getting. This is why all of this is beautiful, because the fans. Okay, you're playing the singles game. The fans get the singles. So now they're getting singles and they're getting visuals. So you're dropping these singles, boom, they're getting it. You're dropping a single every couple of months. Every few months, you're dropping a single. So they're just getting the singles. So when you drop the project and the whole thing is together,
Mm-hmm.
now it makes sense. It tells the story. And so now you get the interludes, you get the story, the way it comes in the beginning of how the project starts. Now you get the whole project as a whole. And if you followed the singles, even if you didn't cop all the singles, but if you followed the singles, then
Mm-hmm.
when the project is available as a whole, then you understand the story. You're like, oh snap. Okay, I see how this is in the beginning. Oh, I like the lineup. And it's the lineup because the lineup tells the story. So you play the singles, they got the singles, now they get the project and hear it in its entirety. With the interludes and everything. It's a beautiful thing. So they felt like, okay, so this is the final, this is the masterpiece right here, the classic. And that's
Right.
what you get. That's why it's great to play the singles game, because also the singles game is a form of promotion. Every couple of months, you're giving them something new. Think about this, right? Think about this, right? You come out and you drop an album, blah, drop the whole project. Well, well, 6 months from now, 4 months from now, well, what we doing? We just
Right.
dropped we just gave them the whole thing.
Right.
I don't know if that's smart. I don't know if that. I mean, maybe that might work for some people, but I don't know. I don't know if giving them the whole thing. Let's create content out of it. Let's make promotion out of it, and let's lead them. Let's lead them to the final product. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And hopefully that way you get more bang for your buck as well.
So from what I've been seeing,
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching your movement from afar.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what is like the demographics of the Orlando scene? Orlando is. I had no idea that Orlando was so hip hop.
Yeah, Orlando is a very great. Yeah, Orlando is a hip hop town for sure. Yeah, Orlando's a hip hop town. I mean, like, I'll be trying to tell people, like, Orlando's a real hip hop town, bro, because we got hip hop venues. Like, we got hip hop venues that they only play hip hop in. They don't play no other kind of music but hip
Okay.
hop in these venues, in certain venues. And there's a lot going on all the time. You know, I mean, look at who's down there. Uh, Underground Arsenal is in Orlando.
Okay.
You know, Ozone, Ozone magazine.
Yeah.
All that's in Orlando.
Right.
Um, what is it? What's those guys? Since '96, um, Insomniac.
Right.
They're in Orlando. Orlando got a lot of hip hop stuff going on, bro. You know, so and it's crazy because they say, dude asked me to get some shirts and say, Florida, the what is it, the fifth borough, the sixth borough. They
Right.
say there's so many cats from up north. It's mad rappers, man. Live in Orlando, live in Tampa. It's a lot of up north dudes that's out here now. It's just the people that I've seen. You have no idea who live out here. You'd be like, what? You walking into people. Everybody from Search, MC Search lives out here. Like, people are out here. Thurston and them are out here. Like, uh, uh, AG from Showbiz and AG is out here. It's
Mm-hmm.
people are out here, man. Like, it's crazy. It's K Solo is out here. Like, people are really out here, bro.
What about what about the young people? Are there a lot of youngsters involved in hip hop out there, or is it
I mean,
a
the youngsters
more
got their
mature?
venues. They got their hip hop venues that they do. They got they got those type of venues too. You know, they do like battles and prize packages of for young artists. They do a lot of their stuff out there too. They do. Matter of
Okay.
fact, E-Turn. E-Turn is involved with E-Turn and them get involved with the younger people. My verse is in Orlando. You know, everybody's there, bro. They get involved with the young people too. But yeah, it's so much going on, and the young people do their thing out there too, man. You know, but it's definitely a hip hop place, man. Orlando's crazy, bro. I don't even know how it got like that. It's out of nowhere, but it's definitely a hip hop town for sure.
Okay, let's change. Let's have a little change of pace.
All right.
Let Let's say that you have an unlimited budget and access to anybody you want to make a
Mm-hmm.
song. Who
Mm-hmm.
are you? Who are you? First of all, who you getting to do the beat? Unlimited resources. You can get anybody you want on the phone.
Who am I gonna get to do the beat?
Yep.
Primo.
Primo.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Everybody that I've asked that question to has said Primo. So Primo must be really, 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 really have made an impact.
But I'm gonna tell you now, it'll be Primo or Diamond D.
Right. But you
It'll
know
be
what?
Primo or Diamond D, bro.
Now that I think about it though, a Primo beat, like if you consider yourself a lyricist,
Right.
a Primo beat is like your rite of passage. Like you got to get the Primo
That's
beat
it.
to show
Gotta
the
get the
people
Primo
what
beats.
you can do. Right. You got to at least
Straight
get
up.
one.
Yeah. Gotta get the Primo beats, huh? For real. You already know. The Primo beat or the Diamond D beat, you can't go wrong.
Right.
Both of those guys have done some phenomenal work over the years, man.
Okay. So along them lines again,
Hmm.
you got the Primo beat, you got the unlimited budget, you can get anybody on the phone. Who you getting 16 bars from?
Who I'm going to get?
Yeah,
I'm going to get AZ.
AZ. Okay,
Fact.
okay. And what? Elaborate on that. Why would you choose AZ?
He's my
I
favorite.
love to hear who people think is dope and why,
Mm-hmm.
because we all have our
Right.
little thing. Like people that know me,
Mm-hmm.
they have no idea how much I was influenced by the ultramagnetic MCs
Oh
in
man,
in,
and those dudes.
in production and rhyming.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
but
cool
you
keeping
would
them
never know
boys.
that.
Yeah, yeah. Ultramagnetic MCs, man, and cool keeping them. I'm a big fan of that dude. Yo, that he's the godfather of a lot of this stuff, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
trying
what
to.
I'm saying. Like people have no idea. Like
Nah.
you are influenced by them and you don't even know it.
Yeah, bro. You influenced by that dude and don't even know it. I'm gonna tell you. This is
The
why.
rhymes and the beats.
Let me
Rhymes
let
and
me
the
let
beats.
me, let me elaborate on AZ. All right, so he's incredible. And I'm gonna tell you why. A lot of people will be like, okay, when you put Nas and you put him together, he's like a more, well, I'm gonna say then he was more of a big brother virgin, a big brother version of Nas. Like he was like like a more intellectual, a more grown. Like Nas was real street. Then Az was a little bit more grown with it, though. You know what I
Right.
mean? He was a little bit more
Okay.
grown with it, and just an incredible lyricist, man, and just real grown with it, man. Like Nas was real street then, but but Az was just a little more grown with it, and he's my favorite rapper, man, because and he never changed. He's
Right.
dope today,
Right.
so
Okay, let's go a little bit further with this.
all right,
Okay. You got your primo beat.
okay.
You got 16 from AZ.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got a bidding war from all of the dope labels of hip hop history.
Mm-hmm.
What label would you choose to go with? If everybody's offering the same money and the same benefits, which
Mm-hmm.
label, which team do you think would do the best job with your project?
Mm. I'm gonna say with like what I with like what with like my type of rapping, like what I do, like based on my sound and everything.
Yeah.
If they were still rocking, I'd go with Koch.
Okay.
Either that, or I'd go with what was the label that Wu Tang was on? They was
They
on
were
with
not SRC. It's what
yeah, SRC.
loud. It was loud
Loud,
then.
loud. I would go with Loud. If we was because Loud, they had that sound. They it was that sound.
Right.
I definitely would have went with Loud, bro.
Okay. Okay. So you got the Raisin in the Sun project out now. What is
Hmm.
the next move for Cydney Poitier?
The next move, it's probably gonna be with DV Elias Christ. Matter of fact, it's gonna be with DV Elias Christ.
Okay.
Me and him got something. We gonna do something for sure.
Okay.
And and it's gonna be some joints with just me, but it's gonna be a couple other things. It's gonna be a top of tier for sure of features, But I got these dudes' numbers. I might, holler at PA. I got all their numbers, so you never know. You never know when I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I would love to reach out to Diamond D. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see. You just never know. But we just getting it ready, and that's definitely DB Alias Christ. That's one thing for sure. Me and my brother, we definitely gonna put in some work for sure, and then we
Okay.
just gonna go from there, bro.
Okay. Last but not least, well, the last thing that I checked out, I check you out on Instagram,
Hmm.
and I see you turn into a fashion model, man. What's going on, man? I be seeing you opening opening and unboxing all this gear and modeling and stuff. What's going on,
Hey
man?
man, hey man, it's just a uniform, man. It ain't who we are, but it's just hey man, I'm blessed, man. I've been doing what I'm supposed to do, and man, it's tax brackets change and things is looking up. I'm moving. I'm actually moving into my new spot on October 1st, and I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna go live with it. Show everybody the new spot. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, just blessed, man. We working hard, bro. We working hard, and I'm buying some clothes, man, because I'm making appearances here and there, and I want to look right. And so that's what we doing, man. It ain't nothing crazy. I ain't going, I ain't spending the rent. You know, it's all I can do it. I wouldn't do it if I couldn't do it, but we having fun, bro. We putting in work and we loving what we doing, and we having fun and we being responsible, and we just want to look good. My mother used to say, if you knew better, you do better. You look better, you feel better. And that's what it is, man. That's all we doing. We looking better, we feeling better. You know what I'm saying? We putting in work.
For sure. And for
You
all the youngsters out there,
hmm
you got to get fresh. That's
You got to
that's
get
part
fresh.
that's part of hip hop. Like
Yeah.
it's taken me a while to come back
hmm
outside, and that's part of the process. I've
That
been I've
is,
been
yeah.
I've been taking kids to school and going to track
Yeah,
practice
man.
and
I've been
doing
doing it
grown
too.
man stuff. When I started getting back out here, I'm like, well, I can't get out here unless I got it looking right. You know what I'm saying?
You
You got
gotta
you
be
got
looking right.
that's
Yeah.
part of it, man. That's part of it. You
That's
can't you
it.
can't you
Yeah.
can't be looking like, even if you are driving the minivan, dropping the kids at soccer practice. When you get
Yeah.
to rock that mic, you can't come up there looking like that, dog.
Yeah, you can, man. You gotta look, you gotta, there's a certain look you wanna have. You wanna be clean, you wanna go up there looking right. And you wanna go, my father used to say, you not have a dollar in your pocket, look better than that. You know what I mean?
That's what hip hop is about anyway. I mean,
Yeah,
when it started, nobody had nothing, but they was fresh.
right. It was, yeah.
It's part of the culture.
And you know that song, FRESH, fresh,
Right,
fresh, fresh. That's fresh. You know what I mean? Gotta
right,
be
right,
fresh, man. Keep a fresh fit. And you know what? You ain't even gotta be crazy, man. Keep you some clean sneakers, man. Just keep
right,
you some clean sneakers. Keep you a fresh little fit, man. You be all right. You know what I mean?
right, right. Is there anything else you want the public to know that I didn't ask you today?
Um, no, I think we covered everything. I mean, a Raisin in the Sun dropped September 6th. It's available wherever music is sold. Um, it's my fourth studio project. We're happy with it. Big shouts to Soul Lord. Big shouts to the Vibe Captain. Big shouts to Dano 7. Big shouts to the Logo Lord. Big shouts to Mill Hood. You know what I'm saying? Big shouts to, did I say the Vibe Captain?
Yeah,
Everybody that participated, DJ Excess, Thurston, just everybody, man. Everybody that been rocking with me, man. And I'm grateful for everybody that's rocking with me, dog. We're so excited about this project. Y'all can go cop it. It's available everywhere where music is sold. We here, fourth studio project. We ain't going nowhere. We just getting started. That's where we at, man. And it's also, all of my music can be available in CD, cassette, vinyl, however you want it. You call me, I'll make sure you get it. But that's what it is, man. It's available.
that's what's up. So let the people know where they can follow the whole Cydney Poitier movement.
Well, everything is at Cydney Poitier. That's Neypoitier at Cydney Poitier. It's Cydney Poitier everything with a C. So that's it, man. We out here. I'm gonna be having I'm gonna be throwing a listening event real soon, probably in Vivid Studios, maybe. We don't know that for sure, but we know that that's gonna happen. It's coming up, so I'll post it. There'll be flyers to let you know when the listening event. But other than that, man, I'm out here in Tampa, bro. Getting ready to go see DJ Sandman, and when Sandman was out there in Orlando at the Orlando DJ Summit a couple of weeks ago. And me and him been playing the phone tag back and forth for a minute, man. So it's gonna be really good to see him, man. And we're gonna get busy and do some things because he got this place on fire out here, and he's a big dog out here, DJ Sam, man. So I'm out here, and I'm gonna leave tomorrow, but I'm gonna go see him tonight in the Hard Rock, and that's what we're gonna do, man. And we promote the project wherever we go, so it's a raisin in the sun till the wheels fall off.
Right, right, right. Once again, it's great to have you on. Thanks for stopping by.
I appreciate you, man. I really do. You got a great platform and a great show.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. So everybody tuning in. Until next time, this is my Detroit Hustle TV Live. Peace, and we out of here.
Peace.